met through sort of unfortunate circumstances recently, and it was through one of your remote investments, and we shared a property manager. And if you can share a little bit about that, I know there's some pending details that we don't want to get into the specifics and that sort of thing, but just I think it's a great lesson learned for people, and I think there's a lot of positives that have come out of it. We met, and I've met some other great people through it, and I've learned a lot as well. So if you can share a little bit about that, that'd be great.
Yeah. And I apologize to the listeners. Unfortunately, I have to be a little more vague than I'd like to. Come and grab me a beer sometime, and we can have a real conversation. But from a high level, you and I unfortunately had a property management company that went out of business December 16th of this year. I will never forget that day. And in that moment, there were significant losses for all of the owners involved. And so in that moment, unfortunately, we had to find another solution. So thankfully, I got a network of people out there who were willing to support all of us. I was able to get all of our keys. I think yours were included in there, and get them moved over to a new property management company, and was subsequently able to hire legal counsel on behalf of everyone involved. And with that last statement, the legal counsel, you can understand why we have to be a little bit vague. But yeah, I got to tell you, it's one of those really sad, scary situations that I think we had both found somebody who we really liked, respected, and just got along with. And unfortunately, the business wasn't capable of supporting what he had committed to. And I got to tell you, though, I've met you through this situation, got really close with a ton of the other people who were invested, and we're looking to move forward.
Yeah. So what are some of the things, I guess, that you've changed? Because I think people are probably wondering, well, how did that happen? How'd you lose money? Like, I don't want to be in the same boat. So what are some things that you've changed with your new property manager that to prevent this from happening in the future?
Yeah, so some of the things that are changing for me, and I got to tell you, I haven't necessarily implemented all of the changes that I want to,
Hmm.
because we're still definitely in a reactionary period. I know it seems like it's been a long time; it's been about a quarter now, but in the grand scope of things, that's still not that much time. But one of the things that we're working on actually with our property managers is twofold. One of them is our ability to hold our own security deposits. The value in doing something like that is it avoids potential commingling of funds that may occur by the property manager if they aren't responsible with their bookkeeping. The second piece that I actually think is probably more reasonable to expect other investors to have with their property manager is to have third-party audits of the bookkeeping. That's something that my property manager, my new one, has largely agreed to at this point, and bringing somebody in from the outside who will essentially make sure the books aren't being cooked.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think, for me personally, I never really considered, I get statements from a property manager, and I don't think about the amount of money that they're holding on my behalf, which is, it's really not on my behalf. It's really on the behalf of the tenants, with these security deposits and rent that they're paying. They're essentially a middleman. But if a property manager decided they were not going to be in business anymore, or did something that didn't allow them to be in business, or lost that money somehow, then you're responsible for it. You're the owner of the property. The tenants aren't going to chase them. They're going to chase the owner of the property. So that is your money that's at risk. And when you have lots of units, it can be a significant sum of money. So it's something to be conscious of, especially I think if you have multifamily or you have multiple single family. It's, think through that and think, do you want to hold the security deposits? And like you said, having a third party audit, I think it's a pain in the butt, but it's something that, could prevent this.
Totally. And the other thing to really consider, I haven't gone this direction yet, but you probably should, as a property owner, once you get over a certain number of doors, consider diversifying your property management. Reason for that is, one, you've got a backup plan should one go bad, but then number two is you're just not putting all your eggs in one basket. If for me, I had just about all my doors with this individual, and I lost all my rents and all my security deposits for that period.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Hey, you just listened to a segment of the interview with Nick Giulioni, and he's somebody who in 2017 had 0 rental properties, and now I think he said he's got like 70 rental properties. And he did this through some pretty creative methods. He used owner finance to buy some portfolios, and he explains exactly how he did that and how he had no money into that deal. He explains that in the full interview, so if you want to catch the full interview, you can listen to it on a podcast, on the Living Off Rentals podcast. You can go to any podcast player. You can search for the Living Off Rentals podcast there. Also, you can join the Living Off Rentals Facebook group. Nick's in the group. Other really successful rental property investors are in the group. So I hope to see you there, and I will see you in the next video.